Howdy, 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here on our, well, it's Thursday night, getting towards the end of the week here, and we've got a lot going on in the tropics, as you can imagine. We've got, we've got Fiona, Category 4, due east of Savannah for the most part, way out there, but it is headed towards Bermuda. We've got INVEST98L, and that's what I'm going to spend most of my time on tonight, because that's the one that, as you can see, it looks like it wants to come up into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. We've got Gaston, which is up in the upper right-hand corner here. No worries. That's going to basically be out near the Azores and then eventually curve around. We've got this little wave here, not looking to do too much, but this one out here off of Africa has about a 60% chance of developing. So before we get started, I just want to remind everybody, if you're watching on Facebook, I do a lot of updates on my YouTube page. So just search Bobby Deskins Weather. And if you can like and subscribe that, the next thing, because I usually go live. And so if you're on YouTube or if you're at your TV or even on your phone, when I go live, it'll notify you. So you get the very latest at that particular time. Okay, let's come back out over, and I want to show you the close-up. Well, here's Fiona. Let's just talk about it real fast. Let me show you where you can see where it's headed. See the 4 right there? Bermuda is right over in here. Okay, and so what's going to happen? It's going to go to the west of Bermuda, but they're going to have to deal with a pretty good storm as it goes by. 125, 130 mile per hour winds as it goes by Bermuda. I don't think Bermuda will get quite that much wind because they're going to be a little bit to the east of it, but they're going to get some pretty good wind out of it. And that would be especially tomorrow and, well, even tonight, really, into tomorrow. Okay, so now let's get back down to INVEST98L. So, guys, look, we've been tracking this since it's been out here. Okay, it's now way down here. The center is actually, we're starting to finally see a low-level center. You can't see it here. Let me try and show you one other version. I don't know. You're really not going to be able to see it as long as we are looking at infrared satellite, because basically right now this is what I'm looking at right now, infrared satellite. But I'm going to draw it because you might be able to make it out. See this? You can see that spin. You see that right there? Watch that spin right in the last couple frames. See that? The center is sitting right in here. Okay, it was down over in here. So it does look like this thing is starting now to drift to the north and the west. There is zero, well, not quite zero, but there is not much convection around this center at all. Okay, you see the convection out here, but that's not around this, the low-level center. So there is some organization happening at this time. It's slow to happen. The longer this thing takes to organize, the more it would end up over here, which is further west, versus somewhere up here. If you're in the Gulf of Mexico, especially the eastern Gulf of Mexico, you don't want it up here. You want it over here somewhere, right? So we're going to have to wait and see. To me, it looks like it's moving in this direction like this right now. All right, so that's where it's at this particular time. There's the surface plot that you can see there. Okay, you can see where the low is. It's been extremely low. It's been staying that way basically the last several days, but this thing was over here. Okay, it was well south and east. It was sitting out in this area here, so it has come a little bit more to the north and the west over the last couple of days. Okay, all right, now let's start talking about the models. So here's the very latest models that have just come out, and oh, there we go. We just got an update. Man, I'm glad I did that. That is not a good update if you live in Florida, or if you live in Florida. Really, that is not a good update for Florida. Obviously, you can see it starts to come to the northwest, then pushes to the west, and then now they're all recurving, coming right up somewhere in this area now. So look, these models were over here. They were over here. Oh, they weren't really over there that much, but they were a little bit closer to here. What I don't like to see here with this latest look is that the spread is not that far. All right, they're starting to hone in a little bit. So looking at this now, we don't know exactly where this is going to go. We need it to develop at least first, right? It's not even developed. But if you look at it right now, you can clearly see that there's not a whole lot of spread between here and between here. So at least the models, regardless of whether it ends up in that place, but the models are all starting to think something very, very similar. Here's the latest GFS. Let me refresh this. Oh, jeez. I'm glad I did that so you can see the jump. Look at the GFS. Starting to get a little bit more on board. Coming up the eastern half of the Gulf of Mexico, just off the coast. Some of them want to bring it on shore. Some of them want to bring it right offshore and do something like this. I got to tell you, the more that it is offshore and there's a light wind shear environment, the stronger this thing can get. Sometimes you actually want it to come on shore. Remember Irma? Irma came across, did something like this. And you wanted Irma to be over land because as soon as it got to land, it started weakening. So by the time it got up into the Tampa area, it was a lot weaker than it was when it made landfall down in the Keys and into Marco Island. The latest GFS Ensembles, this is the ensemble run, and you can see they have shifted. All right, now this is the European run. This was the old run. I'm going to refresh it. So watch those lines if it changes here. And it's not changing. It does go a little bit below, behind the GFS. Either way, look at this. I mean, it comes up in here and then tries to come back out. A lot of what I'm seeing for the European brings it up and then tries to take it out. But as I'll explain to you in a minute, there's going to be a high pressure up here. And the European is kind of betting it gets in here before that. If it gets in here and then the high pressure gets there, then it comes back around the high pressure. That's that curve you see there in the black line over Florida. If that were to happen, and it's still a big if here, right? When they make these turns like this, they slow down here. They slow down here. So if this were to happen, then now you're talking, you've got a system in the Florida area, Central Florida, or most of Florida, for some time. And this would all be next week. Intensity models. This is not a good one either. Let me go ahead and refresh this. Let's see if it changes. So keep an eye on where they are right now. In fact, let me make this a little bit bigger for you so you can see it a little bit better. Keep an eye on where they are right now. And there you go. Did you see that shift? And when that makes sense, now you're getting more up in this area right in here. So you're talking 96 hours, you're talking 120, which is 5 days out from now, which is what, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. See this thing strengthening as you get toward, I mean, look at that. That's Monday. This is Tuesday. So Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3. Models, not our friends tonight, showing pretty active setup there. Let me show you the, let me see if this will refresh for me. This was having some issues. Hopefully it will. Let's try and refresh this one as well. Let me show you a little bit of what's going on right now. These are the ensembles. This is the GFS ensemble. But I kind of want to use this to draw on a little bit and show you what's going on. So first things first, and I'm not going to get a lot of data out of this. Let's back up. All right, so this is Fiona. You see Fiona? Fiona's right here. This is a big trough. You see that? The trough will pick this thing up, merge with it, and take it out. So let's go back and let's watch this. Let me put this into motion. There it goes, picks it up, merges with it, takes it out. Okay? There's going to be a similar setup with another trough like this coming in from over here and diving down. The models say, hey, it tries to go behind Fiona and out, but then it doesn't. This high pressure here comes in, so it goes like this, and then it cuts over, and then the next trough comes through, and it says, okay, I'll take that one. That is why you're seeing that little bit of a change in there. Here's the European model. There goes Fiona out, okay? You're watching this right in here. You see how it just went out right there? Now, here comes the high pressure. So there's 98. 98's going to try and come up, but it can't because this high pressure is coming in the way. So it's going to come up and then go under it like this, right? Watch what happens. Goes under it. See the ridge over the southeast, that darker orange, it's high pressure. That breaks down, and lo and behold, look at what we have here. Here comes the trough. Now, does what's left over from Fiona pull the trough east, and so it can't dig as far south, which if the further south this can go, the more it pulls this, okay? What does this look like up here? That's what we want to know, okay? But look, watch what happens. The model says, the European model says, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it with it. Now, look what it did here. Some of it says, yeah, I'm gonna merge it. I'm gonna get it up into that trough. This says, I'm gonna try and get there, but look what happens. Here comes another high pressure. So instead of going up and out, now I gotta come up and go around this. So watch the high to the north, and then you see some of it coming back and around through the Carolinas. So a lot to go over here. As far as probability goes, this is the chance for a tropical depression from the GFS. This is a chance for a tropical storm. This is the chance for a hurricane. And I've got to refresh this because this is probably going to change. It's probably going to come a little bit further to the east, just looking at those latest runs. See if I got anything here. Nah, that's a shame. Didn't get that. I'll tell you what, let me come back here and I can pull it up right here. Let's show you this. Can you see that? Let's go. This is Tropical Tidbits. This is a great site, by the way, if you're doing anything. Okay, so this is the latest GFS. Here it comes, and I'm going to stop this now Monday midday. By the way, the GFS is a lot slower than the European. This is Monday afternoon, and that is a formidable storm coming through the Yucatan Channel there. And then here we go. This is Wednesday morning at sunrise, sunset Wednesday, Thursday afternoon. It's trying to put it in the Big Bend area, Panama City, Tallahassee. Friday morning. That's actually Thursday night. All right. If that were to come through past the Tampa area, that's a storm surge issue. The highest winds would stay offshore, but that's really close. And this is too far out in time to say that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay. So that's not necessarily a good one. This is the European. Let's go take a look at the European model for the same thing. Let's back it up a little bit. Here we go. There's a European model. It says near Jamaica right there. This is Sunday morning. And we're going to lose it. We're going to lose the run that I have there. Yeah, that's it. Let me go back one run here. Let's go back to the 12Z run. So there it is near Jamaica. And it curves it across Cuba, the Keys, South Florida. But the latest run is coming out now. And I just don't have data to go out that far out right now. So there it is. That's the very latest run now. Okay, so what does that mean? What does all of this mean, right? That's the question. Let's go back here. I'll show you the satellite again. Ooh, look at that. That is just amazing shot of Fiona right there. I do want to take you back out and show you what we're looking at for 98L and then answer some questions if you got anything. That's look at it right there. I can see some of the questions that you're having right now. Jennifer says, this kind of reminds me of the anticipation of Irma. Yeah, kind of. She's in Sarasota. Yeah. St. Pete, we're screwed. Look, guys, we're not screwed yet, okay? But here's the deal, and let me just get this straight, and then I'll cut it short because I don't want to waste your time. We will likely have something developing here by the time we get, here it is right in here. Okay, you see that? Center's probably right in there somewhere. Perhaps by tomorrow evening, Friday night, we've got a tropical depression. If that happens, it's going to get a cone from the Hurricane Center, right? The forecast cone. We are likely going to be very close to the day 5 of that. We probably could be in the cone. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens tomorrow night or during the day on Saturday. All right. So what happens is when we get a cone and we're in the cone and everybody's watching what they've been watching, people are going to start kind of getting a little upset about things over the weekend. So the weekend weather actually looks fantastic here. It's very quiet for the most part, so we can kind of get things ready. What I would do now is I would make sure I have my hurricane kit. Make sure you have your food in there, your water, that type of things. I would spend some time over the weekend going around the house and cleaning things up just a little bit. I don't think we're putting up shutters just yet, but that could all change by Friday evening if we get a cone on this thing. And certainly by Saturday, it should have a cone if it's going to develop. And then we could be in that if you follow all the models that we're looking at right now. So you might end up doing that kind of stuff over the upcoming weekend. The timing. So the European is almost as early as Monday night and Tuesday, especially in South Florida. The GFS is slower. It would be kind of Tuesday night, Wednesday-ish, maybe Thursday. But it's the beginning to middle of next week, and it's going to get here sooner than later. So, and what's happening, a lot of these changes are going to take place over the weekend where not everybody's paying attention. So I'm going to be updating you here over the weekend. We've got an incredible team at 10 Tampa Bay. They're all going to be updating throughout the weekend. We'll be working basically throughout the weekend as well. And so we're going to keep you updated. We'll keep you informed. We'll keep you prepared. We've got a lot of stuff on the 10 Tampa Bay YouTube page as well, too. These are great videos, kind of show you, hey, here's how you can get prepared around your house. Here's how you can help with the pets during a storm, that kind of thing. Might be something you want to look at. Jennifer says, can I negotiate for a low category? I would love to be able to do that. Phil says, depends on level and organization. 100%, Phil, 100%. That's the low-level circulation. Look at all this. All that's out here. That's not an organized system right now. I mean, look, that is definitely a low-level circulation, right? So we'll just have to wait and see what this looks like during the day tomorrow. If we get any convection firing up overnight tonight. Grant will be in first thing in the morning. I'll be in pretty early as well, too. I'll be with you all day and afternoon and into the evening hours. Natalie will be there as well. What's tomorrow? Friday. We got Tyler. Tyler's actually going to be at our backup site tomorrow, testing that again. We did some stuff earlier this week, but we'll be getting all prepared here at 10 Tampa Bay as well, too. All right, guys, that's it. Sorry I went too long. I'm always trying to make these a little bit shorter for you, but I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my Facebook page and also in my YouTube page. Just search Bobby Deskins Weather. All right, guys, that's it. Have a great evening. Of course, we'll keep you updated through the weekend.